Okay, I wanted to take a look at Coach Chesney's sister's discus throw. Let's let her go through it a couple times here. About a 87-foot throw there. So let's see what we can see here. You can see how her arm's bent right here, the right arm. You want to probably straighten that out before it gets back here. Looks like it's straight here. Looks like the leg's extended, left foot's turned in. Shoulders are dipped down a little bit. Let's see how she comes out of that. Turning the left arm and the left foot and the left knee together. Yeah, dropping down here. And you got the left shoulder down here, the left shoulder's down here. I would try to keep the shoulders level here. You've got a really high palm up grip here, and she's going to bend at the elbow right here and start carrying that. One drill I've seen for people that are afraid of dropping it is to just go from, from right here to here to here, and just hold it with a straight arm and just swing it back and forth and back and forth. And they get used to seeing how much speed it takes to keep that discus in your hand, and don't let them carry it like this, but force them to keep the hand flat. All right, so let's keep going. I was going to demonstrate that drill, but it's pretty simple. Okay, so she's kicking off right here. Keeping the left arm with the left knee pretty much. Got the eyes up. Looks like their eyes start to go down here a little bit, but okay. And you can see how that carry's going on. See the elbow's bent, and see right here it's caught up to the shoulder. So definitely want to keep that discus behind the shoulder as much as possible and feel that stretch. Like right here. You got the left arm out here. You want that discus, you want to feel that thing stretching behind you. So you're not so much pulling it, but let your body kind of turn and stay ahead of it and pull it along. All right, it's got a nice drop of the left knee here. Very nice. And nice sweep leg. Got the toe up. It's far out there, and you like good separation of the knees. Leading with the instep of the foot. See where the left arm stops. Okay, so the left arm, there's no wrap. If anything, I would wrap the left arm back here with the right leg as the right leg lands, just to keep that separation. But okay, so from right here, we got the discus low. We want to bring it up high right there. So instead of having the discus high here, she's got her left arm high, which should be down, and she should be angled, like right here, like her angle of her body would be the same as the angle of her shin here. When she's in right about this position, it looks like she's vertical. Yeah, she's got a little bit of arch in her back here too. See that? You want to try to keep that all the spine straight. All right, so let's keep watching here. So she lands on a straight right leg, and the center of the circle is right here, right between the two sector lines. So we'll see where her right foot lands. Yeah, a little bit off to the left side. She lets it, doesn't quite hook it in. And just as that left foot comes off the ground right here, this right knee should already be bent at this point. The right thigh should be up, and the foot should be below the knee. But she's just coming with a straight right leg. She's got her shoulders going down the left sector line here. Still carrying the discus forward. Yeah, she gets off the ground pretty good. Doesn't look too high. She gets her. I like how her knee and her foot are going down to the throwing direction between there and the left sector line, and see how she gets that foot off, and the foot's vertical right there. No over rotation at all. Even if she fully extends that leg a little bit, so it's going to delay her a little bit in landing. See when her right foot lands, the left foot should be about 9 o'clock here, but it's a little short. So the left foot's just a little bit late. Of course, if she bent that right knee, her foot would be up in the air a little bit longer. And if she would just wait rather than extending her leg down, then that left foot would be farther anyway. And she'd have to hook these hips around a little bit more to get her right in the center here. I try not to have anybody land on the other side of that center line. Okay. So her head right here. I try to do this maybe for beginners, but later on I try to get out of that habit where they keep their head focused this way. You can do it for maybe one frame, but I think if you wait too long, you kind of stop the rotation, the fluidity of it. And without her doing a wrap right there. But whatever works. Yeah, you can see the head going right down there. What I see usually happens, that might be part of what her going to the left side of the circle is. When I see people do this with their head and they're driving this way for too long, they'll go past the center of the circle. And that might be what's happening here. What ends up happening as they push off, they just kind of float that way because that's where their head is going rather than continue to rotate. Okay, so we want the discus at the high point here. It's too low. And left arm should be down, should be angled. And let's see when the hips get 12, right here. So she's got some separation here. You could get a little bit more if the shoulders were pointing more to 12 along with the hips. But she has some. I want to see how she lands on that right foot. That's good. She got the knee right over the foot. I really like this left leg. Look at that horizontal shin. See the action from here to here? Knee's got a little bit of space there, but not too bad. It'd be closer if her foot was in the middle here. There'd be a little less space between the knees. Good landing. The right foot keeps moving the whole time. Hits and turns, stays on the toes. Very good. And right here, we got both feet on the ground, so we want to accelerate. I like the discus right here behind the heel in this position, where the foot's pointing almost at 3 o'clock, right about there. Yeah, she kind of stops the foot right here at this point and drives the knee forward. What that's going to do is that's going to stop her rotation of this right side. Watch, she won't get the right knee turned in before she throws. And at this point right here, just before she releases, I like to see this right heel outward and this right knee inward. And this right hip, it looks like it's behind. This right hip should be already in front of that left hip at this point. And I think that she doesn't get there because right here, the discus is right behind her foot. Her foot's pointing about 9 o'clock here, 3 to 9, right about here. But then it stopped moving. See that? She's thinking only about extending it upward and jumping. What happens is it stops turning. Okay? So she's got to keep that right leg bent and rotate it around rather than trying to extend it upward. The left leg will extend, but the right's got to stay rotated. That'll also keep her back angled a little bit. So she throws a little more of an angle upward. You see it's kind of a little bit low release there. And so at the release, see her shoulders don't seem to continue on. It's more just like a hand flip or an arm flip. She doesn't get much rotation on that discus. So I would, from right here, I would just keep going. Don't stop turning the head. See, her eyes are probably watching the discus here. Her head stopped rotating. A lot of people think, okay, go from here to here, release it. And it becomes like a linear path. So we got to keep right here, keep turning everything. I think people think because you put the block right here on the left side, everything stops. But it doesn't. The block stops here on the left side, but everything continues to move around that block. Like there's a pole right here. You don't just stop. Everything rotates around that pole. And I see that a lot. See, it just becomes an arm movement. So turn the head, turn the arm, turn the shoulders. The left arm block is right there. Gets a little behind her, but that's okay. The discus is already gone at this point. All right. Well, good luck, and that's all I had on this one.